In a quiet town, a cheerful young girl vanished without a trace, leaving her family shattered. What dark forces led to her abduction, and who was behind this twisted crime? Join us as we unravel a tale filled with obsession and deceit. The sun was setting on a seemingly normal day. Little did anyone know that the events about to unfold would change lives forever. A young girl named Emily was last seen playing outside her home, a mere block away from her safety. Emily was known for her infectious laughter and bright spirit. Friends and neighbors loved her, and her disappearance sent shockwaves through the community. Panic set in as the search for the missing girl began. As hours turned to days, the police launched an extensive investigation. Flyers with Emily's face plastered across town fueled hope, but also hinted at the dark reality that someone had taken her. Who would do such a thing? The investigation soon uncovered unsettling details about a local man with a history of obsessive behavior. This man had fixated on Emily, raising suspicions as police delved deeper into his past. Witnesses reported seeing him lurking near the playground where Emily often played. His erratic actions were alarming, yet he remained elusive, slipping through the fingers of investigators like smoke. What was he hiding? As detectives honed in on their prime suspect, they discovered a chilling pattern. He had a history of targeting young girls, weaving a web of deceit and manipulation that was both unsettling and dangerous. With each piece of evidence, the urgency grew. Emily's family was desperate for answers, clinging to hope while grappling with the fear of the unknown. Time was running out to bring her home. Finally, a breakthrough came when a witness came forward, detailing a suspicious vehicle seen near the playground. This lead reignited the investigation, focusing on a vehicle linked to the suspect. Police tracked down the car to an abandoned house on the outskirts of town. What they found inside would send chills down anyone's spine. They were about to uncover a dark truth. Inside, they discovered disturbing evidence that pointed to a grim reality. Emily's belongings were found, alongside items suggesting she had been there for some time. The situation was more dire than anyone had imagined. As the police continued their search, the community rallied together. Candlelight vigils were held, uniting everyone in their hope that Emily would return safe. But the clock was ticking. The relentless pursuit of justice led police to confront the prime suspect. When they apprehended him, they hoped he would finally reveal the truth. But would he break under pressure? After hours of interrogation, the suspect finally confessed to his horrific actions. The chilling truth revealed that his obsession had taken a dark turn, leading to Emily's abduction. Details of the abduction came to light. In a moment of sheer terror, he had taken Emily, believing he could manipulate her life. His twisted fantasies only led to tragedy. The story of Emily's bravery began to emerge as authorities worked tirelessly to locate her. Her strength during such an ordeal was nothing short of remarkable, inspiring those around her. Days turned into weeks. With the community refusing to give up hope, the investigation garnered national attention, creating a wave of support that was palpable. Everyone was searching for Emily. Then, against all odds, a search team stumbled upon a hidden location. Emily was found, alive but traumatized. The community erupted in joy, yet the scars of her ordeal remained. Emily's return brought a wave of relief. However, the consequences of the abduction loomed large. Her journey to recovery would take time, but she was surrounded by love and support. As the investigation concluded, the community took measures to ensure such a tragedy would not happen again. Safety programs and awareness campaigns were launched to protect children everywhere. Emily's story is a reminder of the fragility of safety and the resilience of the human spirit. As we reflect on her ordeal, let us honor her courage and the collective effort that brought her home. In the days following Emily's rescue, the investigation intensified, revealing shocking insights into her captor's psyche. Authorities discovered that the abductor had meticulously planned the crime for months. studying Emily's routines and habits. This premeditation made the situation even more chilling, highlighting the lengths to which individuals will go to fulfill their obsessions. Emily's abductor was revealed to have a history of erratic behavior and previous allegations, yet had managed to evade serious consequences. This prompted a deeper investigation into the failures of the system that allowed such a predator to roam free. The community was left questioning how someone with this background could have been overlooked. As details emerged, it became clear that Emily's abductor had utilized psychological manipulation to instill fear and compliance in her. The tactics employed were not just physical restraint, but also emotional control, exploiting Emily's vulnerabilities. Understanding this aspect of the abduction added a disturbing layer to the case. Emily, in the aftermath of her escape, faced not only physical healing, but also the daunting challenge of overcoming her psychological scars. Support from family and mental health professionals became crucial in her recovery process. Their dedication emphasized the importance of emotional support in the aftermath of trauma. The investigation continued to unfold, revealing that the abductor had also targeted other children but had avoided capture each time. This alarming trend alarmed the community and law enforcement, sparking a series of safety awareness initiatives. The need for vigilance was more pressing than ever. As authorities delved deeper into the abductor's past, they uncovered a troubling pattern of behavior that indicated a clear escalation of risk. Interviews with former acquaintances revealed that he had exhibited increasingly disturbing tendencies over the years, raising alarms that had gone unheeded. Despite the horror of Emily's experience, her resilience shone through as she began to reclaim her life. With the support of her family and community, she took part in programs designed to help survivors of abduction. These experiences not only aided her healing, but also empowered others in similar situations. The abduction case prompted significant changes in local law enforcement protocols regarding missing persons. New training programs were established to ensure rapid response to similar situations in the future, aiming to prevent such tragedies from occurring again. As Emily's story gained media attention, it sparked a nationwide discussion on child safety and the importance of community vigilance. Increased awareness campaigns focused on educating families about prevention strategies and recognizing warning signs of potential danger. Emily's story inspired a new wave of literature on child abduction, with authors sharing their insights on both prevention and recovery. Books, articles, and documentaries began to emerge, shedding light on the psychological impact of such crimes on children and their families. In the wake of the tragedy, Emily became a vocal advocate for child safety, sharing her experiences in schools and community events. Her courage to speak out not only aided her own healing, but also empowered countless others to address their fears and advocate for change. As the investigation moved towards closing, the community rallied for justice for Emily and other victims. They organized marches and vigils, uniting in support of all those affected by similar tragedies. Their collective voice became a powerful testament to resilience and solidarity. The abductor's trial was a gripping spectacle, drawing attention from the media and community alike. Graphic testimonies and heart-wrenching evidence laid bare the extent of the trauma inflicted upon Emily. The courtroom became a battleground for justice, with emotions running high. As the trial progressed, Emily's bravery in taking the stand touched hearts across the nation. Her testimony was a powerful reminder of the strength found in vulnerability, as she swept aside her fears to seek justice not just for herself, but for all victims of abduction. The verdict finally arrived, a moment of tense anticipation. The community held its breath as the jury delivered their decision, knowing that the outcome would resonate far beyond the courtroom. Emily and her supporters awaited the news that would define the fight for justice. When the verdict was declared, relief and heartache washed over the courtroom. The abductor was found guilty, a moment that brought a mix of emotions for Emily and the community. While justice was served, it also marked a painful acknowledgement of the trauma endured. Following the conviction, Emily's story became a beacon of hope, inspiring legislation aimed at strengthening child protection laws. Advocates rallied to ensure that no child would have to endure what she experienced, leading to changes that resonated nationwide. As Emily continued her journey of healing, she became a symbol of strength and resilience for many. Her willingness to share her story fostered a sense of community and connection among survivors, emphasizing the importance of support networks for those who have faced similar struggles. Emily's experiences also sparked research into the psychological effects of abduction on young victims. Scholars and psychologists sought to understand the long-term implications of such trauma, aiming to improve recovery strategies for future survivors. In schools across the nation, educational programs began integrating Emily's story into their curriculum. These lessons focused on the importance of awareness, safety, and the significance of speaking out against wrongdoings, aiming to empower children and parents alike. As advocacy efforts grew, Emily's impact on child safety became undeniable. Legislators recognized her courage and the need for systemic changes to ensure similar incidents would be prevented in the future. Her voice became a catalyst for reform. In time, Emily published a book detailing her journey, sharing not only her trauma, but also her triumphs and lessons learned. The book resonated deeply, providing a roadmap for others facing similar challenges and igniting hope for recovery. As we continue to follow Emily's journey, her voice is now a prominent one in the ongoing dialogue about child safety. Her advocacy work has expanded, reaching national platforms where she shares her story to educate and empower others. Emily's resilience and courage led to significant changes not just in laws, but in societal attitudes towards child safety. Her story reminds us that one voice can spark change, urging everyone to remain vigilant and proactive in protecting the most vulnerable. As Emily navigated her newfound life, the trauma of her abduction haunted her daily. Nightmares plagued her sleep, and the simple act of walking outside became a daunting challenge. She sought therapy to understand her feelings and find a way to cope with her anxiety. Emily's therapist introduced her to other survivors, fostering a sense of community and shared understanding. Hearing their stories inspired her, showing her she was not alone in this battle. Together, they formed a support group that met weekly. With the encouragement of her peers, Emily began to write about her experiences. Her words flowed like a cathartic release, detailing her fears, struggles, and triumphs. Writing became a crucial outlet, enabling her to reclaim her voice. As Emily shared her writings online, they gained traction, resonating with many who had faced similar adversities. Her story became a beacon of hope, sparking conversations about the importance of mental health support for survivors of trauma. Determined to make a difference, Emily began advocating for stronger laws to protect children. She collaborated with local lawmakers, presenting her story at town halls and committee meetings. Her voice echoed in rooms filled with powerful decision-makers. Emily's efforts culminated in a community initiative aimed at educating parents and children about safety. Workshops, pamphlets, and school programs were established, equipping families with essential knowledge to prevent abductions. Despite her progress, Emily still faced challenges with anxiety in public spaces. She began practicing mindfulness techniques, finding solace in meditation and yoga. This new routine offered her a semblance of control over her fears. As Emily became more confident, she took on speaking engagements to share her journey. Her powerful story captivated audiences, inspiring others to advocate for child safety. Each event bolstered her resolve to continue her mission. Emily's advocacy work attracted the attention of national media outlets. Interviews and features highlighted her resilience and the critical issues surrounding child abduction. She became a recognized voice for change, amplifying her impact. In one interview, Emily was asked how she coped with the aftermath of her experience. She candidly spoke about the importance of community support, emphasizing that healing is not a solitary journey. With her growing platform, Emily collaborated with nonprofits focused on child safety. Together, they developed resources for schools and families, creating a robust network of education and prevention. One of Emily's most impactful initiatives was a legislative campaign for stricter penalties against child abduction. She worked tirelessly to rally support, ensuring her voice was heard in the halls of government. As the campaign gained momentum, Emily faced opposition from those resistant to change. However, she remained steadfast, drawing strength from her supporters and the stories of fellow survivors. Emily's advocacy led to a pivotal moment when a new bill was introduced in Congress. It aimed to enhance child protection laws, showcasing the direct impact of her relentless efforts and the support of the community. As Emily watched the legislative process unfold, she reflected on her journey. The girl once filled with fear had transformed into a formidable advocate, embodying hope for countless others still struggling. The bill eventually passed, and Emily celebrated with her community. They gathered to honor the lives affected by abduction, united in the belief that change was not only possible, but necessary. In the aftermath, Emily continued to grow her advocacy platform, using her voice to educate others nationwide. She launched a podcast where she interviewed experts and survivors, broadening the conversation around child safety. As Emily's influence expanded, she started receiving invitations to international conferences. Here, she shared her story on a global stage, inspiring advocates worldwide to prioritize child safety and protection. Each new platform she stepped onto reaffirmed Emily's belief: change begins with conversation. By sharing her experiences, she continued to dismantle stigmas surrounding trauma and encouraged others to find their voices. Emily's story is a testament to the power of resilience and advocacy. As she reflects on her journey, she remains committed to her mission, reminding us all that the fight for child safety is far from over. As Emily continued her advocacy, the community began to rally, hosting awareness events to educate parents and children about safety. Her story transformed into a powerful catalyst for change, prompting discussions previously considered taboo. The once silent echoes of her trauma became a rallying cry, igniting a movement focused on prevention and support. Emily collaborated with local organizations, sharing her experiences to help develop educational programs for schools. These initiatives aim to equip children with the tools necessary to recognize and report unsafe situations. Empowering the younger generation became a central focus of her mission, ensuring they understood their rights and resources. As the movement gained momentum, Emily's voice reached beyond her hometown, attracting media attention and inspiring others to share their stories. Survivors of similar traumas stepped forward, creating a network of support that emphasized unity and healing. Together, they formed a powerful alliance against child abduction and abuse. However, not everyone supported Emily's cause. Some faced backlash for bringing these difficult topics to light, with critics arguing that such discussions could instill fear in children. Yet, Emily remained undeterred, believing that awareness was essential for prevention. Her determination fueled her commitment to the cause. In an effort to amplify her message, Emily began using social media platforms to reach a broader audience. She shared educational content, personal insights, and resources for parents, building an online community dedicated to child safety. Her digital presence allowed her to connect with advocates and survivors worldwide. As Emily's narrative spread, lawmakers took notice. Inspired by her advocacy, new legislation aimed at enhancing child protection laws began to emerge. Emily was invited to testify at hearings, sharing her story in hopes of influencing change on a larger scale. The fight for justice was gaining traction. During this period, Emily met with psychologists who specialized in trauma recovery. Together, they developed workshops focusing on healing techniques for survivors and their families. These sessions provided safe spaces for discussions, allowing participants to share their experiences and learn from one another's journeys. Yet, the battle against stigma remained a challenge. While many embraced Emily's message, others still hesitated to engage in conversations about trauma. Emily organized community dialogues to break down these barriers, encouraging open discussions that fostered understanding and support among residents. Amidst all this progress, Emily faced personal hurdles. The emotional weight of her past often resurfaced, testing her resilience. Through therapy and support from loved ones, she learned to navigate her feelings and prioritize self-care, embodying the very message she preached to others. As the years passed, Emily's commitment never wavered. She published a book detailing her journey, intertwining her personal narrative with insights into child safety advocacy. The book became a bestseller, further amplifying her voice and reaching an even wider audience eager for change. Emily's journey culminated in the establishment of a nonprofit organization dedicated to child safety and trauma recovery. The organization provided resources, support, and education for families, ensuring that children across the nation had access to critical information and assistance. With the support of her community and allies, Emily organized an annual conference focused on child safety. This event brought together experts, survivors, and advocates, fostering collaboration and the sharing of innovative ideas. It became a cornerstone event that united diverse voices for a common cause. Despite these accomplishments, Emily remained grounded, frequently revisiting the places that marked her past. She found strength in sharing her story with those who needed to hear it the most. Each encounter became a reminder of her purpose and the impact her journey had made. As Emily continued her advocacy, she began to see tangible change in her community. Reports of child safety improvements were becoming more frequent, and parents were more engaged in discussions about prevention. The once silent cries for help were now met with proactive measures and support. In the face of ongoing challenges, Emily remained hopeful. Each survivor's story she encountered reinforced her belief in the strength of community. They were no longer alone in their struggles. Together, they formed a resilient network determined to combat child abduction and support one another. As the years went by, the ripple effects of Emily's efforts were undeniable. Schools began incorporating safety protocols, and local governments prioritized funding for child protection programs. Emily's tireless work had sparked a revolution in how communities approached child safety. Emily understood that her journey was not just about her survival, but about paving the way for future generations. She often spoke to parents, encouraging them to create environments where their children felt safe and empowered. Her mission was to ensure that no other child would ever face what she endured. Reflecting on her journey, Emily realized that the power of community had been instrumental in her healing. The friendships she developed through advocacy transformed her life, providing her with strength and support. Together, they forged an unbreakable bond rooted in shared experiences. Not only did Emily's story resonate locally, but it began to echo nationally. She was invited to speak at conferences across the country, inspiring countless individuals to take action. Her message was clear: change is possible, and it starts with each of us recognizing the importance of child safety. As we conclude Emily's powerful journey, we are reminded that her resilience and advocacy have sparked a movement that will continue to grow. It's a testament to the strength found in vulnerability and the collective power of community. Let us all reflect on how we can contribute to creating safer environments for the children of tomorrow.